campus. This is I should slap it open-handed.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly as they get ready to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Good. Let's go. Let's finish now. Four down. Check. Four down. Good.
A second down throw for Prescott. Looking at finding Allen Hurns. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46.
Second down, Prescott. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Dallas first down. Prescott hooking up with Beasley. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. A first down throw for Prescott. He finds Hurns left side. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get him.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, Elliott trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Good.
Prescott from the gun. Powering his way forward. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jameis Olawale, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Wentz now on 1st down. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. An Eagle 1st down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
On the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Please. 81.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. He's going to launch this thing. Wait up. He's got a man. Complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move as they face a 2nd down here. They run again with a Giant. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Back. Three down. 20. 82.
Wentz going to throw. Try for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Again, it's Elliott. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go, 46. Here we go. All right, 86.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked, instead it's incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
4 down. Check. Here we go. 120.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, Quarterback's got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Shorty. Ram.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Here we go. 180. Hey, over here. Great.
Now Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And they're going to get this one up to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And incomplete here on 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll give to Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. From the red zone now, Prescott. He hits Beasley right side. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Here we go.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on third.
Thinking pass all the way.
Here we go. 46, 46.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Flush to him, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Cowboys will turn it over now to Dan Bailey for the field goal try. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
4 down. 120.
This is Ajayi. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They fake the give. Now Wentz. It's complete left side to Aguilar. And he's brought down. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Waiting. Grade 15.
On first down, Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. They go play action here on first down. Room to run inside the 40. Throwing left side, it's complete. And finally down at the 32-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Elliott. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 48. Here we go, 47. 26.
A second down throw for Prescott. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
26, 26.
10th carry now for Allen. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Caught right side. It's Jeffrey. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Eagles on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Here we go. Back, back. 120.
Working from the gun. Wentz. Aguilar has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go. Set. 180.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. On second down, here's Wentz. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Taco Charlton in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Go, go. There we go. Back, back. 280.
shotgun now for Wentz. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Don't go. 280. Here, sit.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
81.
Wentz now on 1st down. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The Eagles on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the 2nd half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They go to Elliott again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Nigel Bradham brings him down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. The 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 87 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
And they got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. They will power through. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Wentz now on 1st down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Wentz. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Throwing on 1st is Wentz. Going for it all. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Mike Wallace, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles get a score closer. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. This will be caught inside the 10. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert with his 1st career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. Broken tackle. And he powers his way up past the 30. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now Prescott being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Fielded at the 20. Gets around him. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Here we go. 120.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he finds the tight end, Rodgers. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Wentz going to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Taco Charlton in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
81.
Throwing is Wentz. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now Wentz. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. But I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. A road win in the National Football League.